Conversations with Marc and Devi, the mediums. Marc Stuart, the Scottish medium. Devi Wolf, the smallest medium. Conversations on topical subjects. On subjects other mediums would not dare talk about, but we do. The Marc Stuart Medium Network, demonstrating, discussing, and training in Scottish-style mediumship. Hi, everybody.
Now, I'm really upset with Dee because I've got this new intro where I say hello from her and hello from me. Now I've got to say hello from her and hello from her and hello from me. It's just getting too confusing.
That's very confusing. I'm confused now. Oh dear.
And I've got to say hello to Kimberly as well. So hello, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Right, you're all wondering what Dee's doing here. There is a reason for it, which we'll cover in the news, and then we'll kick her off. So don't worry, we don't have to entertain her for the whole half hour. Right, okay, what are we talking about tonight? Well, last week I told you that Scotland was the promised land because we invented everything. Tonight, I'm going to tell you that Scotland is the promised land because Spirit has given us so many ghosts and spirits in so many places.
Right, and there's no ghosts in any other part of the world, right, Marc?
No, there's ghosts in other parts of the world, but there's not as many ghosts as other parts of the world. And we've only got 5.5 million people, and we've got somewhere like 5,000 registered ghosts as tourist attractions.
Registered ghosts, okay. So they have to be registered. Is that like a driver's license for a ghost?
You know, there's a joke about Scotland that the Scots tell about ourselves. We invented golf. So you can go from the coast on the east, that's where Edinburgh is, to the coast on the west, that's where Glasgow is. And so it's about an hour's drive. So, I mean, you know, to walk it would take you a serious bit of time. Right. But you can do it playing golf non-stop, just going from one golf course to the next, to the next.
I believe that.
No, not quite that bad, but it is heading in that direction. The other thing I always say, when you come to Scotland, there's only 3 things to go and see: a spiritualist church, a haunted house, and a golf course. So tonight we're talking about haunted houses.
Absolutely, because nobody wants to go look at a golf course, really. They all kind of look pretty close, pretty similar.
Anyway, before we start talking about that, it's our usual news section. So let me just find, you know what I'm looking for, if I can find it.
He's looking for the little thing that says news and information.
Yeah.
He did. Like there that. We are.
That's nice. And that was nicely placed. Sorry, Devi, you need to lower yourself. Yeah,
I'll just say, like, here we go. That'll work.
It's a comedy act, folks. What can you say?
Marc's a little spacey. We always knew he was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right. So the big item of news is about Dee. So Dee, over to you. Tell us about the tourist plans.
Okay. So for you who don't know, which is probably everybody, I have recently been working at a haunted house here, and that inspired Marc and I to start talking about planning a tour to take folks over to Scotland and tour the very cool haunted places all around Scotland. So Marc I think, is going to tell us about some of the places that we may try to visit if we pull this all together.
We are doing Queen Mary's Close. That's the last one we're looking at.
I am so very excited by this.
You won't be excited. You'll be terrified.
That's
terrified
part of the
by a ghost.
I don't know.
Listen, when you get down into Queen Mary's Close and you know what the history is, and they literally lock you in.
They lock you in? Seriously?
There's no way out. There's no way out. You're underground. Well, you're not underground. You're under the city.
Right.
I mean, okay, how do I describe this? The Royal Mile of Edinburgh has the castle here and the palace here. Right. And it's a mile long like that. And it's pretty much got the world's first tenement building. So there's tenement buildings built on either side. Now, some of these, not all of them, but some of them date back 500-600 years. So, I mean, we're talking serious history. Now, originally, the city wall was built around this very narrow area. I mean, you're talking maybe 4 or 5 square miles in total.
Right.
And on the side of it, it's a hill like that. So at the top, you've got an extinct volcano. That's where the castle is. At the bottom, you've got this massive, and I mean massive park built around the second extinct volcano, which is called Arthur's Seat. King Arthur, King Arthur was a Scotsman.
Yes, 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 we know.
Anyway, during the times of the plague, so I mean, you're going back, what, 500, 600, 700 years. People in these tenement buildings had the plague, they were dying, so they bricked it up. So you've got like 500, 600, 700 people dying in one go.
Right.
And then they demolished the top of it and they built on top of it. So umpteen decades ago, they rediscovered Queen's Mary Close was still there, but it's built on top of, to the back of, either side of. So once you go in the front door, and once you go down, there's no way out. There's no windows. It's totally black.
Right. But they don't lock you in. You can leave if you want to, correct?
Not if you're going there for a challenge for night. I mean, we're talking about being there overnight.
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about it personally. I'm just saying that's illegal to lock people in someplace.
Oh, no. I went to a few years ago for my birthday. I went to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia, and we rented it for the night, and they locked us in.
They really locked you in.
Yeah, once we entered, they gave us like a tour for an hour, and then they locked everything up, and we were in there till dawn.
Wow.
Right. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
I'm sure you had to consent to that, though.
What?
I'm sure you had to consent to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, actually, we paid for that. So.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So we've got this idea, and it's only an idea at the minute, but I am doing here in Scotland, I'm contacting some of the event places we want to go to, finding out what it'll cost. This is a word of warning, folks. This is not going to be cheap. We're not talking about come over for a few $100s. But we're going to do a packaged ghost tour. You'll be overnight in 2 really famous landmark places like Queen Mary's Close. During the day, for the rest of the week, maybe a week and a half, you will be going around other haunted locations, and we will hire somewhere for you to stay over. Well, like an Airbnb, but it won't be Airbnb. It'll be a haunted house that you're staying in. So basically, you arrive perfectly sane, and by the end of the week, they let you out of the lunatic asylum, and we put you back on the plane and send you back to America.
And I would like to highly encourage like YouTube or other content creators to consider this kind of tour, because they can film all these locations. So you could spend a week and get, maybe 2-3 months of videos possibly out of it.
Absolutely.
And then the flip side, which we haven't talked about a lot, is I'm planning a US tour as well. And Debbie.
Well, she and I were talking about, I don't know where she went, but anyway.
She's gone.
Dee and I were talking about doing an American tour as well, and starting off with one night.
I'm really upset about this. She's left us. She
did. I'm guessing something happened to her internet, because that was very awkward in the middle.
That was very rude.
Very
rude.
I mean,
the ghost did it.
We invite you on as a guest, and you do that to us.
It's okay, Dee. I finished your sentence.
So, like a U.S. tour, I already have some ideas in mind, and we may even do that one sooner. So keep tuned. Stay tuned.
Yes, I know of a few places around me too. So
yeah.
Okay. So that's the first bit of news. The second bit is we've been talking about the new Patreon site. Just join Patreon, or if you're a member of Patreon, search for Marc Stuart Medium. I'll put the link up before we're finished. About 50% of the content is now up. That's the old material. And we're currently doing 3/4 new posts per week, all going to Patreon. And he's going to start doing some content about this haunted house idea when I get out and film some material for her. So that'll be coming along very soon as well. I think that's about it, news-wise. Oh, yes, the development circle times are changing. The times of the open circle are also changing. So if you're booked for the Sunday circle, there'll be an email coming out, a text coming out. Watch out for it, because this Sunday the times are changing.
Yes, it will be an hour earlier than you had signed up for.
And if you're in the development circle, it's moving from Saturday to Sunday. So for those of you that are in the development circle, be warned, it's not only changing by an hour, it's changing by a day. What else? I think that's about it.
Is that all the news?
Yeah, that's all the news, unless you've got anything else that you want to talk about. Okay, so let me start then. Here is one of the places that's got lots of nice ghosts. This is Glamis Castle. Now, I have been to Glamis Castle. What can I tell you about it? It's where the Earl of Strathmore and Kinghorn ruled. A lot of royal history and a lot of folklore. Ghosts, you can see them in the painting. There's a woman without a tongue, sometimes with a mouth wound, is said to wander and pointing at her missing tongue. There's a legend of the Earl Beardy, who challenged the devil. You actually get a lot of that. A lot of Scottish places. There's one just around the corner from me. I'll come to that another time. But he challenged the devil to a game of cards. Oh, that was the other bit of news. The lecture that we're doing for the foundation level is about cards. So we'll be filming that tonight, editing it, and it'll be going up at the weekend. It's funny how we're talking about devils and cards and
and cards, where there is a devil in tarot cards. So
yeah,
there is.
Yeah,
it is claimed that this is Scotland's most haunted house. So that is a pretty good representation of what it looks like. ChatGPT produced a painting based on photos. So, as I said, with places like this, Scotland has to be the spiritually chosen center of the universe. Never mind the world, the universe.
Right, because there was no haunted places in America or in England or Italy or Greece or Africa.
Devi, there are haunted places in America, but the ghosts here are about 5 times older than your whole country.
No, there's a lot of Native American spirits around here as well.
That's true.
I've run into a lot of those, and they're just as old as y'all.
Which I recognize as one of the 6 modern peoples that can trace their culture back to the original spiritual incarnations, and one of those 6 peoples are the Scots.
And
so
one
again,
is the Native Americans. There you are.
That spiritually we are the chosen one of. Okay, let me expand it.
What an ego! What an ego!
Chosen people.
Stop, Mark. Just stop. You are not the chosen people.
I have a serious question, Mark. Do you know the story behind why the woman lost her tongue, or how the woman lost her tongue? The ghost?
I have no idea. But
well,
next
I
time
will find out. We will make a video because I love history.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now, this location is very, very confusing. Where I live in Edinburgh, there's a major port called the Port of Leith. And again, we're talking about 700, 900 years that we've had ships coming in and out of this port. And it's called the Port of Leith. This is Leith Hall, which was the formerly family estate of Lord John Leith III. So it gets very confusing because it's in Aberdeenshire, which is about 3 hours drive, never mind a day's horse ride from the Port of Leith. So I am sure I have seen confused Americans wandering around the Port of Leith looking for Leith Hall.
Maybe the family at one point in time owned a very large parcel of land that included both of those locations.
Probably.
The haunted house that we're doing archaeology at, that's the situation. They had between 2,000 and 4,000 acres originally, so tracking the history has been challenging.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So this nice man with the bandage around his head, with his bandage around his head, that is John Leith III. Other apparitions have been reported elsewhere in the house. The house was featured. Have you ever watched the paranormal show Most Haunted?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this house was featured in it.
Ooh,
Interesting.
we should
So-
try to find that video.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on. Now, I have to be honest and say I've never been here for a drink, but I am intending to go because it's very, very close to where I live, probably about 30 to 35 minutes drive.
And you've never been there. I'm horrified.
Well, there's so many haunted places in Scotland. I mean, come on. I
But
can't be
that's
everywhere at once.
historic.
I can't be everywhere at once.
All at once.
Maybe, Mark, maybe you just need to drink more.
Maybe this Sunday, maybe this Saturday when we do our tourist videos. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say about Patreon. The walks on Sunday that we now do on Saturdays, and I know that's even more confusing, are now on Patreon and not just YouTube. And I'm sitting on about 15 videos that I just don't have the time to edit. But this one I will prioritize after I've done the last location I'm going to show you. But yes, I think I'll take Ying, my wife, for a meal here this Saturday.
Yay.
So what can I tell you about it? It's a historic coaching inn or pub. It was built around 1705. 1705, that's before anybody had emigrated to that bloody heathen country called America.
There were already 3.5 million people living here.
My family arrived in 1647 or 27.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so we had colonized America. That's my mistake. I got my history mixed up. So there's a ghostly family with parents and children who are supposed to have frozen to death. Now, did I ever mention that Scotland is a very cold place? So, when you're organising this tourist trip, make sure that they understand to bring heavy-duty parkas for June, July, that summer, and to bring thermal underwear to go with that for December.
Fair enough.
They're also supposed to be cold spots, unexplained footsteps, objects moving, and it's often listed as amongst one of Scotland's most haunted pubs. Notice the word plural, pubs.
Pubs. Yes, you have many haunted pubs.
Yes, we do.
And actually, the way you were describing sounds a little bit like my house. Multiple spirits, cold spots, things moving.
Debbie,
Yeah.
Debbie, on behalf of the company, I'm telling you right now that if we have a haunted tour trip to your house, we're not paying any money for it. You will donate as the CEO of the business.
There's actually there are like a lot of spirits that come in and out of this house. So yeah.
Okay. And while she's mumbling about her nice house, this is actually one of the most spooky places in Scotland.
Ooh, battlefield.
Culloden Moor. Ladies, have you ever watched Outlander?
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah, I have.
I think it was about the third or the fourth season before they left Scotland to go to America. You see the big battle where the English Redcoats take on what's left of the Highlander army.
Yeah.
That's this location.
Mm.
I'm sure so many people died there. I'm sure that's horrendous.
Yeah. So apparently you get shadow figures of soldiers on the moor, sounds of drums, bagpipes, battle noise still in the air, portions of phantom voices and moans. Many visitors report feeling sudden cold, hearing battle echoes, and it's widely cited as the most haunted Scotland lists. As for cold, please remember you're in the Highlands, and it's
cold everywhere, but
it's a bit cold everywhere. So
colder spots.
Let's just take that bit with a little bit of double checking the temperature before we write it all down to ghostly apparitions.
Myself and many of my friends very much love the Morrigan, who is a Celtic goddess of love and war.
Yes, yes.
Battlefield. I bet you she loves it there.
Oh, I bet she does.
Right. Now, last but not least, here is probably one of the most terrifying locations in Scotland. Queen Mary's Close. Now,
Oh, yes.
before you ask what a close is, let me explain it to you. Close is the name of a lane. So we're not talking, we're not talking about a house or a few houses. We're talking about a street. Now, Edinburgh, when you go back to the time when this was inhabited, the castle is here. The palace is here. If you can see my hands. Hang on, let me try reordering that a wee bit. No, that doesn't work. Never do that. Okay, that works. Got rid of them. So the castle's up here, the palace is down here, and they're connected. Okay, let me bring them back. Okay, that was good, and I could speak with no interruption. So this is a big hill like that, and the main street is going down that way. So the castle's here, the palace is here. It's like a hill like this, and the close is sort of like at a right angle from here. Now, go back about 500 years, and we had what was called the plague, those nasty rats covered in fleas that was killing everybody. Sort of a primitive version of what happened during COVID, but a lot more people died as a proportion of the population. So about 500 or 600 people died in a few of these houses. So the city burghers, that's the lords and ladies of the city, just decided to brick everybody. Yeah, they had the plague, so we just literally bricked them in, let them die, etc. So you can now see where all the ghosts are coming from. Now, jump forward about 500 years. This is underneath the council building. So the council building's built on top of it. And they were doing some excavation and some repairs, and somebody found this door, and they unbricked it and opened the door, and wow, the close is still there underground.
It's still there with about a bunch of skeletons in it, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you walk down. I mean, they've all been. Don't panic, folks. They've all been cleared out. But you can basically walk in, walk down, guided tours, and people take challenges to be there overnight. Rather than me, I'm a medium, and I'm telling you right now, except for a bunch of Americans paying me to be there, I wouldn't volunteer to be there. But I'll do anything.
Debbie, we dragged Marc to the scariest.
We're gonna drag Marc and chain him to the bed. There we go. So he stays in the room and doesn't leave screaming.
Debbie, there's no beds. There's no beds.
Oh, I'll chain him to the gate somewhere.
So Marc, is this just an underground like tunnel street, or are there like buildings and structures we can go into, or what is it? What can people expect when we actually go there?
The actual buildings are still there.
So you can go into them, like they're open or whatever. Wow!
But there's no open air. It's literally all been built on top of, to the side of, and behind of.
So it's sort of like a cave, but it's man-made.
It's like a catacomb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. So folks, do not quote me on this, but I have got this convoluted scheme to get Devi and Dee to Scotland, take them to here, re-brick it up, declare it all out of bounds for all tourists because of the ghosts, and then I'll bring a second tour back 50 years. Well, I won't be around. Let's say 5 years later, I'll bring a second tour, and we'll do excavation and see if they're still there.
Right, and then you find our ghosts. That would be fun.
Part of the entourage at that point.
that could work. That could work. So it's located in Scotland's Old Town. It is a network of subterranean streets, closes beneath Edinburgh Royal Mile. Many buildings and alleyways collapsed but were buried. People died during plague outbreaks and poverty. So it's not just a building; it's a network of buildings. So in terms of ghosts, apparitions and shadowy figures in the narrow corridors, there's a lot of these cold spots in Scotland apparently. Unexplained noises, whispers and sudden sensations. Tour guides often report that their groups feel watched and see movement. And it's a major paranormal tourist site. Many ghost tours operate nightly and it often appears high in the rankings of haunted in Scotland. Whatever this haunted in Scotland is, I must go and investigate it.
Oh, definitely.
So, Mark, have you ever been on like a modern, what they call paranormal investigation?
No.
With all the machines and things.
No.
So
It
what
always
they
cracks me up because I can walk in somewhere and go, oh yeah, there's a spirit over there, right? And then there's people, oh, I gotta get it on the machine and see if it's there. I'm like, but it's there.
I have not done the machine thing, but I got invited by a friend of mine that also. So we're doing archaeology at the Blue Ball Inn. 1747 is when that was built, and one of the other ladies that's doing archaeology with us invited me to go on another ghost tour. But these people use all the tools. So they have these little balls that will light up if they sense like energy or motion, right? And then there's all these different tools and like little scanners that will give you something. I don't know how to use any of the equipment because like you guys, like we do it,
Yeah,
But
we just don't much like it.
really, really interesting if we get folks on these tours that bring all their tools and equipment and gizmos and gadgets, but we also have us who like organically.
There's a house. Now, I'm talking estate house. You go out my front door, you get in the car, you drive along the street, you drive up the hill, you go along the road for about 3 minutes, you do a left-hand turn into another road that eventually takes you towards Edinburgh. You drive for about 10 minutes, you stop, you turn left onto the estate, you drive up the estate, you stop and speak to the sheep, as you do. You drive up to the top of the hill, you park the car, you get out, and you're at the big estate house. Now, what's important about this big estate house is that there's a story about the ghost. He doesn't actually haunt here. He haunts a location in Edinburgh where he was responsible for 2,000 deaths, but that's another story. Nice people in Scotland. The story goes that when he was alive, he had a bet with the devil, and they played cards, and he won. And the devil was so upset with him that with his hoof, the hoof devil, he kicks the card table. Okay, that's the story.
Okay.
Jump forward to modern times. They had a lake in front of the house, and they're clearing it out, drudging and all the rest of it. And guess what they found? A card table. And guess what's on the card table? And it's in the house, so you can go and see it. A hoof mark.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
We'll have to take our tour there so they can see that, because that's something that was like documented, and then they can like see a real,
Yeah. Okay, folks. Well, that's us just about running out of time.
We are out of time.
Out of time.
We've got 2 minutes. We've got enough. We've got enough time to play the out video. Pay attention, people. There's all the links for everything we talked about. Well, hang on. Let me do this first.
They're going to show up right down here in just a few seconds as soon as he gets it together. So, there we are.
This is Patreon. So people, please go and copy that link or find Patreon and search for Marc Stuart Medium. We've currently got, oh God, I've lost track, but there's probably enough videos there now to keep you going between now and Sunday, watching them non-stop. Most of it's me and Devi chattering on a weekly basis, but there you go. If you just want to be kept up to date and notified about events, go to marcstuartmedium.com/newsletter or go up to the index and find the newsletter. If you want to come to an open circle, we have one this Sunday coming, but remember the time's changed. So go to candly.com/MarcStuartMedium. Marc Stuart Medium's everywhere, man.
No, I thought, wait a minute. I thought this Sunday was Cards with Marc.
Sorry, you're right. You're right. Sorry, it's Cards with Marc. So we're back to playing cards.
Can't take him anywhere.
So the next circle is a week on Sunday. So a week on Sunday. So for everybody who thought they were doing the cards and out of the circle an hour early, it's a week and an hour, not a week. If you can make sense of that, it's more than I can. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, but remember on Facebook, our content gets deleted after 30 days. Although we are looking at a change, and we're going to start posting these events as videos as opposed to streaming them, and hopefully that will keep them up longer.
That way they won't get deleted. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. If you want to join the conversation, and when I say conversation, I'm having to tell lots of people to shut up because they're driving me crazy as to how much conversation's going on. Don't take that personally, anybody. It's just a joke. But go to Telegram. That's the link, or search for Mark Stewart Medium Training, and basically you can join us there. If you want to find all the events, now we've got three events that you have to register to come to. Cars with Mark, which is this Sunday, Open Circle, which is the following Sunday, and get excited, people. Get very excited. Rapid fire demonstration on the 2nd of March.
Yeah.
We should have covered
2nd of November.
Sorry, 2nd of November. It's too late. Remember, it's 11. Remember, it's 11 o'clock for me, not the middle of the afternoon. So, rapid fire. What is that? That's me trying to challenge myself to do 100 readings, but I can only do 100 readings if I get it at least 40 people registered and coming. If we can get 50, 60, 70, I might even get above 100 because I'll go back and do people twice. I might even do people 3 times.
Invite all your friends.
Yes, and then 5 hours later, we'll be going, Mark, please stop.
Okay, so basically take that link.
Guinness World Record, man.
Yeah. Take that link, spread it everywhere, but tell people to go for the rapid fire demonstration. That's the one we really want to get people registered for. Okay, I think that's it. We've got a few more comments. Ghost Vax works too. Okay. That's Lynn saying hello. Hello, Lynn.
Hello, Lynn. Good to see you here.
For me, I know it. Okay. That wasn't aimed at anybody, Kimberly. That was not aimed at anybody. That was aimed at these two because they do most of the talking behind the scenes.
We babble too.
Yeah.
We babble to him all day long. You guys just aren't, you know.
You don't see all of that. We do babble.
Then I've got to go to a live event. Okay,
all right, everybody. See you next week.
We'll be back next week. 10:30. Oh, Devi, is it 9:30 or 10:30 next week?
9:30 or 10:30. Oh, for you. For I don't know when your time changes.
No, I don't mean time changes. I mean, are you going to be doing your rehearsal next Wednesday?
Oh no! I'm done with that. I had the performance Saturday.
We don't need to change the times anymore, apart from the clock change. Okay. So okay, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
See y'all next week.